You know, as a big Star Wars fan, one of the things that I feel has been most lacking in regards to quality since Disney took over, outside of The Last Jedi predominantly, has been the video games. In fact, the video games just have not been very good. And I'm saying this as a person who enjoyed Battlefront and really enjoyed Battlefront 2. But ultimately, there's something that's been lacking. There's something that's been missing. There's something there that certain je ne sais quoi that needs to be there. Actually, that's not even a je ne sais quoi. I know exactly what it is, and that is a goddamn single player story. Yeah, a single player story. We want that. And after 2018's just complete, I guess you could say, success in regards to single player stories doing extremely well, single player games selling extremely well, and doing very well on the PlayStation. Perhaps it's time for a Star Wars single player campaign, one that fans can dive into. We're talking deep lore. We're talking a whole bunch of stuff here. But then again, EA is at the helm. And EA doesn't do anything unless there's something valuable for EA on the back end, right? And that, of course, leads us to, well, Visceral Games being basically shut down, and the latest of what would have been rumored as the Star Wars single-player campaign game that we all wanted is now gone too. So it says over here in Comic Book, codenamed Orca, the open-world title was originally intended to be very diverse in the zones that players could explore, balancing that edge both now and familiar, or both new and familiar. Becoming a bounty hunter provided a gray area for fans to explore. As far as what the actual storyline would have been, it's still a mystery, but our own sources tell us that the name of the game was to give players total freedom when it came to the beloved galaxy far, far away. The news of the cancellation hit the community extremely hard, given the reason why it was in EA's hands to begin with. As we previously reported, the backlash was immediate last year when EA announced that they had abruptly shut the doors forever on Visceral Games, the original team working on the open Star Wars game, and handed it off to their EA Vancouver studio. The announcement came during a time when blood was still hot over how EA handled Battlefront 2, which led many gamers to not trust the new IP solely in their hands. Yeah, that's makes a fair amount of sense, doesn't it? Doesn't it make a lot of sense at all? Like, gamers are like, no, 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 EA. We do not trust you, sir. No, we do not trust this property in your hands. But they've got an exclusive license for a long period of time. And we've been asking now for well over a year for Disney to come in and just basically buy EA out and go, nope, sorry, you guys, no, you got to keep, you've effed up too many times. You've screwed up so many times, EA, that we're moving on to someone else. Probably would be Activision if I had to be honest about it. If I had to be truthful about who I think would be behind it, it would probably be Activision. But that's not who I want personally. I would want something like Ubisoft to come on, because I just feel they got a better handle on these single player experiences. Now, don't get me wrong, Ubisoft is as bad as EA when it comes to microtransactions, but not like as intrusive. You know, I feel like they listen to the audience, and EA is in dire straits right now with the whole Battlefield 5 thing anyway. But let's see what they have to say here. What does EA have to say for themselves in regards to shutting down EA Vancouver and effectively ending what would have been an awesome Amy Hennig, Jade Hemming, or Raymond run game that we all wanted years ago, but ultimately is now, well, shards of the past, if you will. They say here, there's been speculation overnight about one of our Star Wars projects. As a natural part of the creative process, the great work by our team in Vancouver continues and will evolve into future Star Wars content and games. They go on to say, we're fully committed to making more Star Wars games. We're very excited about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order from Respawn, and we'll share more about that when the time is right. Okay, so they're going to share more about it when the time is right. They're going to come out and say, hey guys, we have this new game for you. No, what it was is this. Let's be realistic here. Jedi Fallen Order, it sounds dope. It's coming from Respawn. So we know what we're going to expect in regards to what that game is going to be. Now, I did say a while back that Respawn should take over the Battlefront franchise. DICE, look, I love me some DICE. I have for years. But when it comes to competent, functional multiplayer that is fast-paced, high action, and probably more in line with the arcadey type they're trying to go for in regards to Star Wars, you want Titanfall's developers, right? You want the original Call of Duty developers on board with this one because they get it. They get it. But these other guys don't get it. DICE has been lost along the way. I don't know what happened to them. Somehow their nuts ended up in Patrick Sutherland's purse and he took it with him when he left the company. Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to find out to see. Maybe there will be a documentary how DICE got its nuts back. I don't know. But what I do know is that EA does not deserve the IP of Star Wars. They don't deserve the IP to make the games. They don't deserve the IP to keep going forward. And I think this next game, this Fallen Order that's supposed to be coming out at the end of this year in line with the release of Episode 9 is probably not only going to end the Skywalker saga with the movie, but probably it's also going to end EA's relationship with the game developers. Because or with the Star Wars games, nobody wants it. Now, the only way to truly save this, it would be for BioWare to come out and go like, hey guys, you like Knights of the Old Republic? We're doing a third one. We're bringing it back. Like, that would get people excited. I think for a hot minute until they would go, wait, it's not old BioWare, it's new BioWare. And no one likes new BioWare. And that will be determined whether or not Anthem sells well here in a couple weeks when it drops. I don't know. I think EA has screwed up time and time again. I'm more than happy to watch them lose this license, have it go to a competent publisher, competent developer. Again, my call for this would be Ubisoft. And to give fans what they want, which is an excellent single player game. Hell, look, here's the thing. Can Sony just come in at this point and like go to Lucasfilm and say, listen, we want to make a single player campaign, or we want a single player Star Wars game. We will spend the money to make it, to make it exclusive. And then just watch Lucasfilm go like, yeah, we lost enough money on Solo. We'll do this. But anyway, I'll leave it to you. Your thoughts, your opinions. Let me know down in the comments below. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day, and peace out. Hey, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Since you're here, why don't leave a comment? Let me know what you think about stuff. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do that as well. And you check out any of these great, fantastic, amazing commentary tracks by me. That's right. I'm not egotistical or narcissistic at all. I'm just your average, everyday, normal YouTuber. Thanks for watching.